everyone, it's Kelsey here. Today I'm going to share with you my project life for January 2015, part 2. So if you watched the first video, which I will link up down below in the description box, um, I talked about how I came to the conclusion that I do want to do project life on a monthly basis, I think. So I'm not limiting myself to the amount of spreads or um, I'm not limiting myself to just do monthly. Maybe I'll go back to weekly in the future, but for right now, I think I'm going to keep up with the monthly and I really like it. So even though this is the end of February, it's been a while since I made this layout, but yeah, I made it at the beginning of February. And like I said, this is part 2, and at the end of this video, my camera actually died. So I missed some footage. So I apologize. There's going to be kind of a jump in here because I had like another spread after this one. So yeah. Anyway, I'll explain it as we go along. So on this kind of layout, it seemed to be going towards very dog heavy on the photos. So I just kind of ran with it. And there was also some snowy photos and whatnot because we got some snow. So I just decided to um, play on that theme. And I went with some grays and a couple of pops of yellow on this page, which I really ended up liking. I really felt like this page was well coordinated. And yeah, I just really liked it. So as I said in my previous video, I kind of tried to go somewhat chronologically, but I wasn't a stickler about it. So for instance, since I had so many photos of the dog for this month, it just made sense to kind of put them all on one spread, um, because it really doesn't matter chronologically, you know, what time of the month it was for my dog. He just doesn't really care. And then I put a yellow banner on there. Not even because I love the sentiment so much, but just because I was trying to bring that yellow back in. It had that yellow on that journaling card in the bottom right. So I just wanted to kind of bring that back in on that snowy page and add some journaling on there as well. I'm also trying to use up these chipboard pink and gold flecked hearts. So I've been using those a ton, and I'm also using a ton of wood veneer and several of those banner pieces because I'm just really trying to use up my stash. So yeah, lots of wood veneer. I can't remember, but I think I used all of my wood veneer. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, so again, tucking pages into the pocket protectors. I really love that card that says a case of the blahs, blahs, blahs. And I like the way it faded. It wasn't necessarily my favorite card, like overall, because I didn't really feel blah, blah, blah about the winter weather, but my husband kind of does. So I thought, well, that fits. So, and just because, it was a gray card, lots of snow, all that good stuff. As I said in my other video too, I'm trying to use more stamps this year. So, I put that top 5 on that photo because my dog's chewing on his bone. So that's like his top 5 is chewing on that bone. And then he's also like one of my top 5 favorite people. Yes, he's a dog, but he's a people in my house. So moving on to this spread, I pulled out this Design A Page Protector from Heidi Swapp. It's just a regular Design A Page Protector. The only difference is that it has a transparency. So down there in the bottom left, you can see that it's just got a transparent thing with some gold scripty words on there. So yeah, I just thought, okay, that's something different. So it says think happy thoughts. And like I said, it's just something a little bit different for this week. So then I had printed off this photo from Instagram. It just says yes to. And I had started a little blog, not channel, but a little blog column, I guess you would call it, that was inspired by this journaling card and by a Dear Lizzie blog post. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of include that in my layout. And what else? I really wanted to use some of these frames, but it just didn't work. I'm going to have to kind of layer those maybe. I just can't make them work for how I want them to. And this photo, or these photos are kind of funny, of my husband and myself. He gets this thing. It's a monthly subscription called Nerd Block, and my husband really, I mean, we're both nerds, but my husband's way more hardcore nerd than I am. And so yeah, he part of his Christmas present was he got the Nerd Block, and it's a monthly subscription. You get like a T-shirt every month, and then just like random nerdy things. So he actually got a pair of elf ears, like from Lord of the Rings, and it was just funny. It was a great photo op. I don't know when we would ever use elf ears. I mean, I'm hoping we can go to a Comic Con sometime. There's actually one in Kansas City, not too um, far in the distant future, but I don't know if we'll make it to that one. But yeah, maybe we could pull out our elf ears and wear them there. So those are the kind of things that are so funny that I just love to document, and that's why I really love Project Life, because I'm probably not going to make a 12 by 12 layout about elf ears, but it's just something that I do want to include that I do think is funny. So it got me two pictures. And I'm also kind of working on that yellow theme again over here, both because the photo and the journaling card have yellow, and because it coordinates with the other side a little bit. And then this side was definitely towards the end of the month. Um, well, that's not even true. Okay, a few of the things on this were at the beginning of the month, a few were at the end of the month, and a few were in the middle. My dog's birthday was in January, and that was on the 12th. And then I've got a picture of my Color Crush planner up there in the left hand top corner. And that was um, at the beginning of the month. And then I've got circus decorations that went up more towards the end of the month. So I really loved these scripty letter stickers from Studio Calico. And I really wanted to use them to spell out 7 because that's how old my dog was. And they didn't fit. So I was really, really bummed. It was kind of a roadblock in my project life. And I couldn't peel them off or anything. The photo was just wasted, and so were the letter stickers. But luckily, I had printed out 2 photos of that. So I had one sitting off to the side, so I was able to just replace it very quickly. Um, but I was still really bummed that I lost. I lost all of those alphabet stickers because they wouldn't come off. It was just a waste. And then I'm going to go replace my glue because I swear this stinking new glue that I have, um, it runs out all the time, I feel like. I think I've got 1 roll left, and I started out with 5. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to switch to a different adhesive again. But I did feel like the third and fourth rolls stuck better, I think. That was one of my complaints, is that they didn't stick very well. Um, so maybe it was just that glue pack that I had in there. Maybe it just wasn't particularly sticky. I hope. Anyway, back to the layout. This is about where it's going to cut off. So you're not missing a ton, just a little bit. And you'll be able to see photos on my blog. And here's where I'm jumping ahead. Um, so yeah, you can see photos over in the blog. I always put photos of the Project Life layouts. I'm not always great about getting photos of every other type of project up, but this was I'm always good about the Project Life photos. Anyway, as many of you know, I hosted a murder mystery night on January 29th at my place of work, a library, and I had a bunch of photos from it that needed printing out, so I finally got those printed out recently and did a spread, which I was so glad to get that done, honestly. It had just been kind of weighing on my mind a little bit that I didn't have these photos printed out and they needed to be printed out, and I wanted to document them. So finally got to it. And I feel like I got lucky because this month's kit was called the Cirque kit. And how perfect is that? So like that gold glitter paper went really perfectly with a circus themed layout, because circuses are all about glitzy, you know, glitz and glam and sequins and costumes and whatnot. So I was actually able to use a lot of the elements from the February Project Life kit on this spread. So this is kind of like a special spread. Um, so again, it's a case where doing it weekly or doing it monthly, it wouldn't have really mattered. I would have probably used the same amount of photos. Even monthly, I could have used more photos because I had a lot more photos of the event, but I really just kind of wanted to focus it um, down a little bit, I guess. And it was held on a Thursday night, so I just went ahead and dug out that transparency that says Thursday. And um, I I wasn't positive that I was going to use it, but since it was pink, I thought it went with the kind of, I don't know, the theme, I guess, even though it's red and white, not pink. But yeah, I still like the color. And then I'm just using a couple of these gold hearts. I just kind of want to put a couple on the photos. I don't really want to overdo it with those hearts. And then I'm trying to decide, these star sequins were really sticking to my fingers. I must have had a lot of static electricity or something. Because it was just hard to get them on the card and off my fingers. And then it was hard to get them back in the bag. But I did manage it. So then I just decided to move on to the gold sequins. And I knew I wanted to put a couple on this journaling card. So I will do that in a minute. I just wanted to dig those out and get those kind of put out there. And then I was trying to find something to go on that gold glitter paper card. And I didn't really find any embellishments that I liked. I didn't want to put a blue heart on there. And I didn't want to put a gold heart because it's already gold. So I was really kind of struggling with it. And I'm still not 100% satisfied with it. But I kind of brought the pink back in with this poetry, like the chipboard poetry that we got, I think, in January, which I love the idea of this poetry, because it's like magnetic poetry, which I think is really cool. But I felt like there were too many generic words. I didn't feel like there was enough, like, amazing, awesome, the best. I just felt like they wanted you to make sentences, but then there weren't good enough words to complete a sentence. So I thought the idea behind the magnetic poetry was really awesome, but I just wish maybe there were like fewer words but more focused, because there was a lot of words to go through to come up with the best. That was it. That's all I came up with. There was not a single amazing, awesome. I even was trying to find under and top for under the big top, which was like our whole theme. Nope, couldn't find top or under. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm disappointed in the magnetic poetry. So, I just put most of those chipboard hearts on there. They're not adhesive. You do have to use your own adhesive, which is fine with me. But just something to note if you thought they were stickers. They're not. And I'm just gonna finish up by writing some of my journaling on here. I am gonna fuss with my glossy accents here for a minute, and then um, I'll get it going after I do the journaling because it was kind of a pain. I hate glossy accents. I just do. I just Yeah, I don't love glossy accents. So anyway, like I said, I'm just gonna journal and then I'm gonna get that glossy accents going and put my sequins down, and I'm pretty much gonna be good to go. So I do like the way this layout turned out. I feel like I could have done more with it, but it is what it is. So I do like the way it turned out, but yeah. Anyway, so that is my project life for January 2015. So I hope you like the monthly format. I am really enjoying it, I have to admit. So let me know if you like the monthly format, especially since it's broken up into two parts. And here are some other videos if you guys want to check them out, some other project life videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a great day, everyone.